$250. Again, whatever you're pledging just needs to be in your savings account before you call the bank and set everything up. But if you can do a little bit higher, I recommend the higher the better, because the goal here is to add a higher ticket amount to your credit profile. So again, tax returns are coming up. If you have any sort of settlement money coming, or whatever lump sum of money, if you do happen to have a lump sum, if you get an inheritance or whatever the case may be, do a pledge loan real quick, okay? Add that to your credit report. Add your cash to your credit report. If you're like a high cash person, like I don't trust banks, we got to get over that. We got to work together to get you right, because you have to look good on paper. Cash, unfortunately, is not insured. I know it's a comfort zone thing, but we got to get you right, okay? Now, you can do multiple pledge loans. I know a lot of people have this misconception that they can only do one, but you can actually do multiple pledge loans, but you don't want to get out of control, right? I know with Navy Federal, I've met quite a few people that have had multiple pledge loans going at the same time. I haven't seen someone do more than 3, so there might be a cap, but I know you can do more than one. They just need to be more than 30 days apart from each other. Or if you want to do one, wait a few months, pay that one off, and then do another one. Allow yourself enough time to save more money so you can do a higher ticket. That is going to be better, because you don't want to have a bunch of small amounts like 250. Yes, it helps build credit. There's no inquiry, but again, the higher that you can do, the better, because you want to help raise the bar. If you just have a bunch of $250 pledge loans, when a bank looks at your credit profile, they might give you 500, they might give you 1,000, but you're going to be stuck in that lower tier range because you don't have comparable credit. And that's the whole purpose, adding higher amounts to the profile. You can do, like I said, you can do a pledge loan, but I would recommend, if you are brand new with Navy Federal, you wait until you have been a member with Navy Federal for at least 90 days. Okay. Here it says 30 to 90 days, but again, you want to go slow. Okay. Date the banks, show them, hey, I got direct deposit. Hey, let me do a certificate savings account with you guys, which is different from your normal savings account. It's a CD, okay? If you don't know what a CD is, go to their website, check it out, do some research, but do a certificate savings account, okay? You can do multiple accounts to help you increase your overall internal Navy Federal score, and that goes back to relationship. It's all about relationship and building up that good relationship with Navy Federal, because they do have that internal credit score, and you can get so much from Navy Federal. Auto loans, home improvement loans. I mean, I cover a ton of this stuff in my masterclass, and I'll leave links below for the masterclass so you can watch that. There's part 1 and part 2, so it's, it's some hours, but it's gems. I'm telling you, like, this information is life changing, because Navy Federal is going to help raise the bar for everyone else. And then you can use this same concept with, say, PenFed. You can use this same concept with other banks, okay? You can do multiple pledge loans with, say, Navy Federal, PenFed, this, that, whatever, and build up that strong credit profile, creating primary trade lines for yourself, okay? It doesn't get much better than this. I'm trying to tell you. It is super important for you to make sure that you've set up on-time payments, automatic payments. So make sure that you've set up direct payments, automatic payments with the banker over the phone. You can always make additional payments as needed right through the app, like I showed you guys, but those on-time payments are going to help you build up your credit profile, which in return is going to help increase your credit score over time. It takes time. There's nothing that we can do to rush the process. I know we all live in this microwavable world nowadays where everything's super fast paced, but guess what? Credit is not. Credit has been around for over 100 years. It's a slow process. You know, we do what we can to try to beat the system and try to increase what we can organically. And this is a great way that you can help increase your credit score and just increase your chances of getting higher credit amounts, better terms, so on and so forth. But don't F around and get a late payment, okay? Because one missed payment or one late payment will drop your credit score and literally just ruin everything that we're working so hard to gain, okay? It just is so detrimental, and it's just so upsetting that it's that easy to F up, but it is. So you have to really make sure that you got the auto pay on, everything is set up, you have the dates in your calendar, you are organized, you know exactly what's going on, you're not taking on too much, you know, you're taking on just enough to where you can manage it, okay? You have to make sure that you are managing your credit properly. And that's why I always tell people, don't bite off more than you can chew, okay? Just go at your own pace. Don't try to keep up with everyone else and fuck around and find out. Okay, so how do you do a pledge loan? Like, where's the application? All that you have to do is call the bank, okay? That's all you have to do is just call Navy Federal, set up the pledge loan right over the phone. You can also go into a branch, but it's very easy to just call right over the phone, have the bankers set it up for you over the phone, and have them set up auto pay right there over the phone. You might have to sign a few documents. Well, not might, but you will have to sign a few documents, but you can do that all online and through the app. So it's very, very easy process, and it's no excuses. The best thing about this whole scenario is, say for example, you've got a rich wrench. Say for example, you have like a rich uncle, right? Like, oh my God, I've got this rich uncle. They can do a co-borrower type of deal for you, okay? So if you don't have a lot of cash sitting around, but you know, rich Uncle Bob does, like, hey, Uncle Bob, you've got a Navy Federal account, I've got a Navy Federal account. Would you mind doing like a pledge loan and just putting me as a co-borrower or a co-signer? I don't even have to touch it. It's super easy, right? Because you can have other friends or family member who do have a lot of cash, do a pledge loan, put you as the co-signer for the loan, and now you have a high ticket primary trade line thanks to the rich uncle. I can't say rich today. Rich Uncle Bob. Rich Uncle Bob saved the day, and he didn't even have to give you any money. It helps both of you guys, really. So you could do this for a family member as well. So say for example, you're like, well, I'm already getting like a lump sum of money. Let me help out, you know, my sister, or my brother, or whomever, my husband, right? You can actually add them to your pledge loan. So now they can get a primary trade line as well. So now, instead of you just getting like a $25,000 trade line added, say if you're doing a $25,000 pledge loan, now they are going to have a primary trade line added to their credit report as well, because you added them as a co-borrower. So as long as they are a Navy Federal member, that's all that they would need. And it says right here, friends and family. This is right from Navy Federal. You can pledge loan the funds in your own certificate and co-sign the loan for a friend or a family member who's a Navy Federal member, so that they can qualify for low interest rate loans. You must provide written consent, which can be faxed to the number right here. So all that you have to do is just fax it on in. You can call. What I've had a lot of people tell me is when they do this, they just go right into a branch. You got to make sure that you have your identification with you, 2 forms of identification, photo ID